How you doing? I'm Paula and I'm here in Chamber House with Don Farrell from Marsh Mackey. We're coming to you this morning live. The Chamber House is closed, but we're broadcasting here with information for you around employment. It's the Covid-19 pandemic. This is the first of a series of videos, and we're liaising and collaborating with a number of our Chamber members across a broad spectrum of supports which you've asked us to cover. As I say, we're starting with employment and we're delighted to welcome Donna.
As you can see, we're practicing our social distancing here as well. And as Paula mentioned, we're just putting this short video together for Meath County Chambers and for our clients out there who are looking for a little bit of assistance on how to handle staff in the workplace and other elements as well. As an employer myself, it's pretty much a two-pronged approach. So you're looking at obviously the health of your staff, which is first and foremost, but also the health of your business. So that's very important for us. We want to be able to come out of this with healthy businesses and happy staff as well. So just to get straight into it, I'm out of breath because I'm pregnant, not because of any other reasons, by the way. So to get straight into it, I think the human side of it is very important. I know that dealing with staff at this time, it's a very anxious time for staff, and they want to really get reassurance from their employers that everything is put in place properly. So the first thing is to reassure the staff that you have all the protocols and hygiene standards in place. I'm sure you probably have all this done anyway, but to make sure that you have cloth towels are gone, that you have your paper towels in the bathrooms, hand sanitizers, and lots of daily, really, or regularly. There's a lot of social media noise out there that can be very upsetting for a lot of people. I know from myself, I've limited my interactions with news and social media because, as I say, it does add to just being anxious, and that can obviously be palpable in an office as well. Make sure that you're getting the message across to your staff that you're implementing the standards and adhering to them all the time. So make sure that you're going through the washing your hands procedures. It's very important. Have a training session with your staff. Again, this reassures the staff and makes them feel safe in the workplace. And that, the social distancing, measure out the desks, make sure the staff even see you doing it, because they want to, again, get reassurance that you're looking after them and everyone there. So to have your 2 meters apart in each of the desk type situations, and just revisit it every week to make sure, check in, because we're all trying to get through this together. It's a very anxious time and upsetting, and obviously, it's about keeping the circle as small as possible. So, anyone that has any concerns, that they feel that they can come to you as well as their employer, which is very important to kind of keep that communication line open with your staff. It gives them peace of mind, and you peace of mind as well, that they're happy to come in. Obviously make latex gloves available where possible, and make sure that they wipe down their workstations with sanitizer wipes before and after use. That's kind of just a regular thing that they need to get used to doing, a learned behaviour. It's very important for that side of things as well. Obviously, if you're in a business where you're interacting with the public, make sure that you stop all public meetings. Meetings can be taken by phone or FaceTime, Skype. Use the technology that is there. And again, it reduces the danger for staff in the office. So just on the staff side of things, what's really important is to keep them as positive as possible, and for you to be positive with that as well, because obviously employers, we're human, we obviously see the dangers around us as well, and we have responsibility to our staff to make sure that they're safe and feel safe in the workplace as well. So just to kind of put those procedures in place, and again to reiterate it as often as possible, that's the most important thing on the staff, the human side of it, if you like, if you're interacting with your staff. For those of us who unfortunately may need to lay off staff, or have staff that maybe have symptoms of COVID-19, here are some procedures to follow. If in the circumstance of somebody having the symptoms or feeling ill, which would be the cough, the tightness of the chest, the high temperature. High temperature seems to be the main one. Advise them to contact the HSE immediately and take the relevant measures to protect. It's not just yourself but those around you as well and your staff members. So it's important that as an employer you need to obviously remove that person from the premises, but make them feel that they are supported in that as well. So give them the support that they need, but get them to the experts as quickly as possible. If you have staff that have travelled or returned from an infected area, obviously self-isolation is a must for at least 14 days, if not longer. Again, you have a responsibility to the people that are working in the workplace as well, and to try and keep things as normal as possible. So information and communication is really important, the flow of that communication to you as the employer. And then obviously you'd be advising them to contact the social welfare directly in regards to illness benefits for the duration of their illness, and you can help them through that process as well, so that they don't feel like they're just being pushed out. So that's again another way to kind of support staff through this unprecedented time. On a layoff situation, you have two options. You can advise your staff to contact social welfare and they will get a payment of €203 a week. The form is online, it's very easy, it's a one-pager to download. Again, you can communicate with them and help them through that process, give them the form and help them through that as much as possible. The other option is you can pay the €203 directly to the employee and you receive a refund from the government. We've been advised that the refund will be paid the day after the employer makes the payment, and you can access that through Ross on the Revenue Online system. You may also wish to pay your employees more than the 203 if you do want to top up. Now this was a grey area, it has been, we've got clarification on it today really, that you can actually do this, you can top up a payment and you will get a refund of the €203 from the government, again through Ross, if you apply online through Ross. So what's important through these kind of unprecedented times is that you're clear with your employees. What we would recommend is that you maybe have a meeting with your staff and lay out, the situations that may occur, because we don't know how long this is going to be for. Hopefully, obviously we're all working together to try and get through it in a positive way, but I think what's important is that you communicate clearly with your staff and you can lay out what happens in the situation of illness or layoff, or if you need to reduce hours and that sort of thing, and the payment side of things, because people are worried about their jobs, and it's important that we just tackle it head on. So we will have all of this information listed in the links below on this video, and we'll have additional assistance as well with regards to any queries that you may have. We'll be probably running more videos into the future on different issues that you might like to cover, so please contact us, the Chamber, and we can work on getting some more information out to you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very, very informative. If you have any particular questions around specific topics, please email them in to info@countymeathchamber.ie or call us on 046 904 6060, and we'll pass them on to Donna or we can come back to you directly. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.